And we're back here at the GSL Codes. The best StarCraft 2 players duke it out. We just saw Nada smash Keen.
Yes, that last game was pretty one-sided. He tore that nerd apart limb by nerd limb.
That Keen was the nerd,
all that was left.
The nerd Humpty Dumpty in that one, Artosis. And all the nerd horses and all the nerd men couldn't put a Humpty Dumpty back together again.
Couldn't happen, man.
No.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because Nada told them no.
Yeah.
And he has...
No, they had a Humpty Dumpty hospital.
The king is a puppet.
They had a Humpty Dumpty nerd hospital they could have put him in. He was like, no. He's like, well, he has nerd insurance. They're like, no. I am king of this land.
That's right. Those are his horses.
You think this is a nerd democracy, Artosis? No. This is a nerd tyranny.
Ooh. Well, parting. Can he part the Red Sea Nada?
Ooh, that was good because he was
in red and in sea.
Oh, man.
Sick.
Whoa, you are a poet. That was actually poetry. That's right, Shakespeare.
Shakespeare ain't got nothing on me, Tasis.
Oh, man. Shakespeare.
So crates don't have nothing on Nada.
For some reason, Nada's not in the game. I don't know if we're having a delay here.
Why would Nada be in the game before it started?
Nada's actually in cyberspace right now, flying around.
Yes.
It's
like Tron, kind of.
Kind of. Except it's cooler.
Way cooler.
Way cooler. Someone's like, but I really like Tron. I know. I'm just saying it's cooler.
You know, they don't plug in, they don't let Nada's headphones actually do the APM while he plays. You know how they light up different with the APM?
Yeah.
Because if they do, glass will shatter.
Oh, yeah.
The frequency of light that will come out of there will become, it's like nuclear fusion, basically.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we
don't
keep it safe here. All right. Head to head. Keen. Nope, not Keen. Why am I saying that? I'm still in the previous game. Parting. I guess not enough. Parting gets out of this. That'll be huge.
It will. And Nada gets out, it'll be huge. This is actually really cool. I'm really happy to see this match. I thought it was going to be like a Nada puzzle. But this match excites me a little bit more. I want to see more Parting.
Well, I'm really curious about him. All right. That music's playing again, guys. And that can only mean one thing. We're about to go into yet another awesome game here in the GSL Codes. In the upper right, a relative unknown Protoss. His ID?
Tatu Pati.
He looks like one of the other players, but I can't put my finger on it, actually. In the bottom left, a man who needs...
He looks like Younghwa.
Yeah, he looks like Younghwa. In the bottom left, a man who needs little introduction. He is... Yeah, Parting looks like Younghwa. I was the whole time I was looking at him.
Well, that's easy for me. Every time I close my eyes, I see Younghwa.
That must be because you keep a giant life-size poster of him above your bed.
And I had him tattooed on the inside of my eyelids.
Oh, that's true as well.
Yeah. That was painful. But you know, it was worth it, man. Because you know what Younghwa does? He makes good decisions, and he doesn't attack.
Yeah, he's actually a very good Protoss.
Yeah.
All right, just checking around here. It's a one-on-one map. You never know what to expect. When you know your opponent's starting location, there's a lot of different things you can do to punish them.
That's true. A lot of big risks you can take, but he's looking for all of those. Parting doesn't want to be caught off guard.
What if Parting is Younghwa? He's just wearing another nerd's face.
It would explain a lot because Younghwa still hasn't made it into the GSL. Well, Nada, will he get gas? No, he won't. He's going to go for that very quick expansion, very quick command center. But he hasn't walled in, so Parting can actually just go up and scout and know exactly what's going on. Parting will probably go for a one-gate expand when he scouts this. If not, it'll be some sort of all-in. All right. Just a little bit of speed. Go ahead. He chrono boosted the Nexus, which tells us that he is, in fact, going to go for the Nexus very quickly here.
Will he may get a before or after The stalker.
You know, I think he's going to make the stalker because it's so common for an SCV to run down and build an eBay at your natural.
Yeah.
That you just get the stalker because it's like, well,
it's Sase who doesn't get the stalker first, right?
Sase loves 20 Nexus against Terran anytime he can pull it off. But I'm sure he's running into a lot of defensive eBays and stuff as well. But you know, that the Chrono Boost really goes to show, and he just Chrono Boosts his Nexus again, which just reinforces it. If you're going to do like some all-in, you're going to save those Chrono Boosts for whatever the heck you're going to do. So, very smart, good play by Parting. All correct, intelligent decisions. Nod is going to get out of there because he knows that this is exactly what's going on.
All right, so the command center is about halfway done, and the Nexus is just now starting. So they'll actually be dead even for the time being.
Yep. This Nada is even adding 2 more barracks, and if he throws some gases down after that, let's see. Let's see. Parting actually getting his second gas, and he actually really hasn't stopped mining gas this whole time. But getting his second gas right away. That's interesting. Because if your opponent goes for, let's say, you know, 4 or 5 racks and just makes a bunch of Marines and sends them, you might have a little bit of trouble if you didn't get your 3 gates. There's definitely the possibility that you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. You're going to have to really micro-hard. You have to anyways against something like that. Parting, though, playing a little bit more risky. But he is getting out very quick sentries with which he could... you know, do pretty well against the Marines, if that was what Nada was doing, which it's not. But Nada just very, very standard in his play. What is Parting going to do, though? Oh my god, this is gaining so much popularity.
You know what's so funny? It's exactly like StarCraft 1 PBT. Protoss now taking a very quick third base.
Yeah, but in StarCraft 1, they could take that third base and attack you and maybe kill you if you're not a god. In StarCraft 2, they have Marines and Marauders, man. Those things are good.
They're much more mobile than siege tanks. I mean, Vultures, of course, can kill probes, but in StarCraft 1. But,
yeah, man,
you know,
Dragoons, come on. Yeah. Don't even try, Tasteless. Don't even try, you dirty StarCraft 1 Protoss. But yeah, it's really interesting to see this build gain popularity. The guy has 2 gases and 3 Nexus and 1 gate. Now he's obviously adding a bunch of gates. And, you know, I feel like if this gains even more popularity, if more and more Protosses are doing this, I think we're going to see more of the powering builds where you have the 4 or 5 racks from Terran, and they do move out because, let's say he does that. Very, very minimum, he causes a cancel on the Nexus.
Yeah, you know
what's
interesting
minimum
is if you look at the pattern for Terrans, they are getting now 3 barracks always, and then they start to tech.
Yeah.
Now,
well, it's standard. It's good.
Yeah, it's good, but that's probably what's triggered Protosses to get this Nexus like this.
Yeah. No, it's definitely just slight fluctuations in the metagame. You're completely right, and it's just so interesting to watch these fluctuations occur.
Notice how he spread up the gateways everywhere. Mm-hmm. That way, one scan doesn't actually prove how many gateways there are. Mm-hmm. He has them in 3 different locations, some next to the Nexus, some to the bottom left corner of his main base, and then at the natural expansion. So it would be at least 3 scans from a Terran before the Terran could 100% confirm what's going on.
Yeah. Now, Stim is almost done for Nada. He does have Concussive Shell. He does not have Combat Shields. He's just starting that now. He is getting his Starport and moving out with this little attack. Now, there are a lot of gates out. So will this attack actually do anything? Let's see. The next Warping round is going to be very telling. What units is he going to get? Did he miss a pylon? Oh, he's making 3 pylons right now.
Is he supply blocked?
Well, no, it doesn't look like he really was.
Just got close to that. Okay. Now remember, he can just snipe his Nexus and run it for it.
Well, there's a lot of sentries, so he has to be careful. If he loses all those units, that's certainly not good.
Oh my god, that was so perfect.
Yeah, it was pretty good, and he's going to lose some sentries here. And in fact, Parting he's going to hold the Nexus, and actually didn't lose too many sentries either. Really nice hold.
Nada's in a really bad position now.
Yeah. And that type of attack is exactly what this has meant to hold. Let me just go over a little metagame shift that this build entails. This is going to be good against what Nada did, but what Nada did is going to be better against the people who go for the 3-gate robo after the quick expand. And the 4 or 5 barracks power build is going to be weak against the 3-gate robo. So, you know, that's just it's kind of one of these little circles of metagame. Really interesting what we're seeing here. Parting, though, going to go for a huge counterattack. He has a lot of units, man. But there are medevacs out. There is stim. Combat shields is done as well. He's got +1. Ooh. Interesting force fields. That was actually not well thought out, I don't think.
Yeah.
3 force fields.
All right, here we go now. He's backing up. He's isolated a small number of the SCVs and the Marines.
Very nicely done. And there we go. That's some better force fields right there.
This actually might be GG here.
A lot of Zealots here. Yeah, it definitely could be. A lot of SCVs going down. The supply difference going way in Parting's favor right now. He's up by over 30 supply now.
And warping in more Stalkers over here.
But there is Stim and Medevacs, so he's got to be careful. Does he have enough, though? There's a lot of Stalkers out here. As long as he target fires, it looks like he will, in fact, have enough.
All right, here we go again. I think we're going to see GG here any second. The next warping round should be ready. As Nada gets completely outclassed. GG.
GG. All right, so the attack Nada did, that's an attack a lot of Terrans are going to do a lot of times against this build before they figure out that this build, that is one of the things this build accounts for. What this build does not account for is if you make the 4 or 5 barracks and send out a bunch of Marines early. Okay, that's going to be a lot harder for this build to deal with. But, I mean, it's not like the build's going to just auto-die to it or something like that. That's not the case. But against what Nada did there, that is what this build counters. That is specifically what this build is very strong against.
Parting is right now 1 win away from
round of 16.
The round of 16. And he would be out of this group.
The only new to Code S guy, the only Code S rookie to make round of 16 this season.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah, because we have a big turnover in Code S now. But a lot of them are just guys that have been in Code S before. You know, it's like the top stays near the top.
Yeah, we had people going down to Code A and coming back up.
Except the guys that we laugh at and they disappear because we know they're going to. It takes them like 2 or 3 seasons.
Because they're schnarfs.
They're schnarfs,
like,
man.
No, siege take it, siege mode, schnarf, and they just run into it and lose their army. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could try to, I wish I could make it look good right now, but I can't.
All right.
I'm an honest caster.
You are tasteless. All right, the map's going to be Entombed Valley. This is Nada's choice. Cool choice to see.
Yeah.
I'm actually just slightly surprised. This is a map that I feel very comfortable on in Protoss vs. Terran. It's a map, well, for my style, it fits very well, but let's see. What does Nada have planned here? I do not know.
We're going to find out soon. Get ready for game number 2. Will we see the same thing as in game number 1? Or is Nada going to come back like the legend he is so well known for?